What's up, everybody? Damon here, and in today's gaming news, a huge Baldur's Gate 3 patch almost makes it feel like a new game. Xbox Game Pass editions for December are announced, and we finally know when Resident Evil 4 arrives on PSVR 2. This is your Daily Fix. Larian has released Baldur's Gate 3's hotly anticipated Patch 5, which adds loads of new content to the sprawling Dungeons & Dragons role-playing game. Patch 5 fixes slowdown issues caused by Patch 4, adds a brand new epilogue providing closure to each player's journey, and even new game modes. The new playable epilogue, accessible to all players loading the game prior to the final fight, takes place before the credits. Players find themselves in camp 6 months after the events of the story, where they, quote, meet new friends and old, taking all the time they need to say their final goodbyes to the party. A statement reads, for the writers of Larian, this final goodbye has been some of the most complex writing in the game so far, as it takes advantage of the game's reactivity across the entire adventure. A gigantic tree of permutations defines the content, with new writing, 3,589 lines to be exact, cinematics, and even characters joining the get-together at camp organized by Withers. Elsewhere, Patch 5 adds 2 new game modes, Honor and Custom modes. Honor mode makes the game more difficult in and out of combat and introduces over 30 new tweaks to all the game's boss fights. Now bosses can perform new actions, adding twists and turns to all major fights throughout the game, Larian said. Inspiration points become more valuable in Honor mode, as loading previous games, or save scumming, is disabled. Some of the more powerful unintended exploits have been removed for players who embark on an Honor mode adventure, though have been kept open for players to exploit in other difficulty settings. When a player dies, they'll be presented with statistics of their journey, including how long and how far they survived. Should players choose, they can continue their adventure, which will then disable Honor mode. Players who do manage to complete the entire game with Honor mode enabled without dying will be awarded the coveted Golden D20. Custom mode, on the other hand, lets players pick and choose the type of experience best for them. Options include the ability to hide the required roll to succeed dice checks, which gives a more realistic D&D experience, as well as the ability to hide enemy HP in battle. Other options include short rests, fully healing the party, disabling death saving throws, and hiding failed perception checks, which means you'll never know there was even a roll to begin with. Patch 5 also improves inventory access, letting players manage the inventory of all companions from one UI, regardless of whether or not they're currently in your party. Patch 5 weighs in at 30 gigs, but needs 130 gigs of free space to install. Larian suggested those without the space to install the update uninstall Baldur's Gate 3 and then re-download the patched version. Larian is set to announce Baldur's Gate 3's long-awaited Xbox release date at the Game Awards show next week on December 7th. Moving on, Microsoft has announced the games coming to Xbox Game Pass in December, as well as the first new additions coming to the Game Pass core library. Sounds like these games are the full lineup for December. Microsoft said in a post on Xbox Wire, this month we're going for a let's announce everything coming in Game Pass for December sort of vibe. We'll be back in early January after the holidays for more games coming soon to Game Pass. So, Remnant from the Ashes and Remnant 2 surprise dropped on Game Pass overnight. IGN's Remnant 2 review returned a 9 out of 10. We said, where Remnant from the Ashes was a strong first draft, Remnant 2 is a revolutionary sequel and a sterling manifesto for the looter-shooter Souls-like. Spirit of the North joins Game Pass on December 1st. It's a single-player, third-person adventure game where you play as a fox. SteamWorld Build is available day 1 on December 1st. IGN awarded this one a 7 out of 10, saying SteamWorld Build is a simple but fun city builder, cleverly combined with a dungeon constructing miner that keeps things quick and casual. Next up is Clone Drone in the Danger Zone, available on December 5th. The official blurb describes it as a robot voxel slice-em-up where any part of your body can be sliced off. With your mind downloaded into a robot gladiator, you must survive the sinister trials of the arena. Fight up to 15 players in last spot standing, team up for online co-op, or face down the robot emperor in story mode. Also on December 5th is Crystal Dynamics' Rise of the Tomb Raider, which makes a return to the Game Pass library. December 5th is a big day for Game Pass, as While the Iron's Hot launches as another day 1 game. The official description reads, step into the boots of a journeyman blacksmith on a quest to become a master and restore a ruined village along the way. While you might forge a few weapons on your journey, this isn't the kind of game where you wield them. The island's troubles can all be solved with your wits and crafting moxie. And again on December 5th, Game Pass gets co-op third-person shooter World War Z Aftermath. IGN gave this one an 8 out of 10. Moving on to December 7th, Coffee Stain's Goat Simulator 3 joins the party. In our 8 out of 10 review, we said Goat Simulator 3 is bigger, sillier, and packed with more low-stakes fun. City Builder Against the Storm launches into PC Game Pass on December 8th. It is a dark fantasy city builder where you must rebuild civilization. As the Queen's Viceroy, lead humans, beavers, lizards, foxes, and harpies to reclaim the wilderness and secure a future for civilization's last survivors. Lemmings like 10 Hearts enters Game Pass on December 12th. It offers over 50 puzzles set in a Victorian home. And finally, Far Cry 6 launches into Game Pass on December 14th. We gave it an 8 out of 10. Lots of 8s this month. Microsoft is also making its first 2 additions to the Game Pass core library, both on December 6th, Chivalry 2 and Totally Reliable Delivery Service. Microsoft has announced it plans to update the Game Pass core library 2 or 3 times a year. So there you go, 10 titles added to Game Pass this month, 12 if you include the Remnants. And finally today, Resident Evil 4 is coming to PlayStation VR 2 on December 8th as a free update to the base game. A demo for the survival horror game will be available the same day, giving brave virtual adventurers a chance to try it before committing to the full purchase. A PlayStation blog post reads, stepping into the shoes of United States agent Leon S. Kennedy in VR, as he races to rescue the president's daughter, you'll experience an entirely new level of survival horror immersion. The same development team who brought you the incredible full-length VR experiences of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard and Resident Evil Village have worked to make a truly immersive VR mode using the latest technology. The entirety of Resident Evil 4 Remake will be playable in virtual reality, with every weapon making the jump too. The PSVR 2's Sense controllers offer haptic feedback unique to each weapon. The base version of Resident Evil 4 Remake, which launched in March and quickly sold millions of copies, received a 10 out of 10 from IGN. And that is your daily fix for Thursday, November 30th. We have some giveaways happening for an Alienware gaming bundle for Remnant 2: The Awakened King. It includes a laptop, gaming chair, and more. The giveaway ends on December 2nd, so head over to ign.com/rewards to enter. And be sure to catch all of our coverage of this year's Game Awards on Thursday, December 7th. I'm Damon Hatfield, and for all your video game news, stay tuned to IGN.
Game of the Year winner is
the 2023 Game Awards. One of the biggest celebrations in gaming is also home to some of the most exciting surprises of the year, and IGN will be there for every moment of it. Tune in Thursday, December 7th at 4 p.m. Pacific to catch our epic countdown show, and then stick around for our Game Awards post-show where we'll break down all of the biggest trailers and announcements with our team of industry experts. And we might just have an exclusive or 2 of our own. Don't miss a second of it.